A lot of talking. First 20 minutes, I apologize. Like, my bad. It's just a lot of talking. But after I finish, you'll be able to just finish this on your own. Ultimately, you want to be able to complete, where's the Word doc? This Word document, you want to be able to complete it so that the information from it you can type into this Google Doc. Google's so slick. I can like embed surveys into the Canvas lesson plan. It's amazing. Anyways, this is how I'm going to keep track of all of your data, like all 100 of my students. I'll be able to see how we're doing. And then you yourself will be able to submit that one Word doc that I just showed you. You'll be able to submit it here. 1.6 writing tracker February progress. That's what we're working toward. I have to do a lot of talking, sorry in advance, to get us to that point. In order to ensure that you're able to focus, can you close your laptop because you won't need it for these first few minutes. All right, onward we go. To the PowerPoints. Sorry in advance, you have seen this, but I'm going to go quickly just so I don't, so that I can at least teach this to the new folks. So writing, your mindset matters. Meaning if you think you can grow at it, get better at it, you can. If you don't think you can get better, you ain't gonna get better. I told you about that lady. I put her face up 2 weeks ago, the teacher who died, former teacher I had who died. Like, she was the one who said, I finished this big old long paper, and she handed it back to me and politely said, you're gonna have to start all over. And it frustrated me that I had to do that, but I appreciated that she thought, Phil can do better, so we're going to make him do better. He has a growth mindset. Anyways, so we're going to use as data something called readability statistics. It's in Microsoft Word. Let me show you quickly where to find them. Work with you individually on how to find them. So readability stats. There we go. They measure your writing level. So this is an email that I send to SAT families, pretty much every one of my SAT sessions or each of the courses. And so I can go to spelling and grammar. And there it is, shows up right away. That is not correct. I need to fix something. There we go. Let me do the spelling and grammar check again. Spelling and grammar. And once you finish, like once you cycle through all the spelling and grammar suggestions, then this screen pops up. I cannot enlarge it for you, so I'm just going to have to take a screenshot and then show you the screenshot. Yep, there it is. So this page, these are the readability statistics that Microsoft Word has built in. Like, this is how many words I typed, how many words per sentence on average. And what we're looking at is this score, the Flesch-Kincaid grade level score, 7.8. If you're sitting in the back and you can't see it, that says 7.8. What that means is that I wrote that email at roughly the 8th grade level. That doesn't mean I wrote like an 8th grader. It means that I wrote in such a way that someone would need more or less an 8th grade education to follow, to understand. The reading ease, you don't have to worry about that score, but we're just worrying about this grade level score. Okay, it's all well and good. I'm completely comfortable writing an email at the 8th grade level because emails are informal, conversational. You don't need to show off your fancy pants vocabulary sending an email. I don't want to do that to parents because it looks like I'm showing off. Now, when you get to like college and you start writing college essays, then you need to take on like that academic persona, and you need to start sounding like a college student. So I finished college, and the master's degree and all that stuff. So I should know how to do this. And also I get paid to teach writing, so I should know how to write at least somewhat well. So here's an essay I wrote. It was a summary essay I wrote for ACP Comp a couple years ago. So I click spelling and grammar, and it says, we're finished checking your sections, meaning they finished checking the blue, the highlighted paragraphs. Do you want to check the rest of the document? I do not, because I don't want them to check the title. I don't want them to count the header, the heading. So I'm going to say no. And then this pops up. Hard to read, so let me just find the screenshot I took of it. There it is. So the box for my summary essay says that I'm writing at the 16.4 level, which essentially means I'm writing for an audience of seniors in college. I should be able to do that. I get paid to do this. When you're writing, I do not expect your score to look like this. But if you're writing an academic essay and your score is at the 10, 11, 12 level, that ain't bad. It's about right. In fact, that's good. That's good. I don't want you artificially inflating your score because there's a way to cheat the system that I don't want you to do because it's going to make your writing so confusing. So let me show you what I mean. Let's go back to my email that's at the 7.8 level. All right, you can highlight specific paragraphs just to see what that paragraph is at. No, I do not want to check the rest of the document. And it says 9.2. So this one paragraph is written at the 9th grade level. Well, let me enhance my writing by deleting this silly punctuation. All right, now let's check. I think I took a screenshot of what this says. Oh, I did. There it is. See my grade level score now? Jumped up to the 33rd grade level. I don't even know if professors write at that level. Anyways, I cheated the system. The system is an algorithm that measures length of the sentence and the number of syllables in words and like the obscurity of words. So what I did is I just lengthened the sentence. Number of sentences, 1. Number of words in that sentence, 82. So I have an 82 word sentence highlighted in blue, but here's the thing, it's a nonsense sentence. So I don't want you to like cheat the system or worry about inflating the score. I want you to just type and see how you did. And if your writing is at, let's say your writing is at like the 7th grade level. Okay, then combine some sentences. Add some clauses, like some dependent clauses in front of independent clauses. Add some complexity, but when you're adding that complexity, you're picking a more advanced vocabulary word. When you're adding the complexity, what matters more than the complexity is clarity. Clarity matters more. You need to be clear and coherent before you need to be complex. Try to be both, though. All right. There you are. So I've shown you my email, the summary essay. Yeah, let me go back to this. Nope. Where is it? Aha. Let's say you do that spelling and grammar check and you can't find the readability statistics. What that means is I'm going to show you on a Mac, and then I'll put up a slide that shows you how to find the readability stats on a PC. So on a Mac, you go Word, Preferences, Spelling and Grammar, and this little box down here, the one that says Show Readability Statistics, I can't enlarge it, but it says Show Readability Statistics, has to be pressed. That's for a Mac. For a PC, here are the instructions. In Word, you go File, Options, Proofing, and then check Readability Statistics box. Really, I'm putting this slide up for the people who are watching this later so that they can see, like, this is what you do. You all out here, if you can't see if your box isn't checked, just raise a hand. I'll come help you like identify. How's it going? I'll help you identify what box you need to check. All right. All right. I'm going to talk just a little bit more, and then we'll move on. I just want to illustrate this reading ease. I mean, this grade level score. So the score that matters is the second one. The second one, right? The first sentence, we got a dog. He was expensive. It's 7. It's a 4-letter sentence, and I mean a 4-word sentence, and then a 3-word sentence. The only word that might trip up a first grader is expensive, right? But we can add some complexity by changing some words and lengthening the sentence. So I'm not going to say names. I'm just going to point at you so you don't appear on the video. But read the second sentence. Yeah. Now we have a complex sentence with a dependent clause and an independent clause. Got becomes purchased. All right. Moving on. Can you read the first one? In your own writing, call it a dog. Don't call it a canine unless you're like a cop, right? But we still see the complexity increases, right? And the grade level score increases. Now, here are a couple that are just silly, just straight up absurd. Could you read the first one for us?
While at first we hesitated, we decided to bear the cost of having a family pet, and ultimately followed our hearts and brought Benji into our family.
Okay, more playful examples, but you see the score going up, right? This is a 12 plus. This one is delightful. Can you read it for us? Go ahead again.
Despite initial reservations, we were eventually persuaded after
copious. Yeah.
amounts of research on the benefits of canine companionship and a rigorous cost analysis ratio to purchase our new furry friend and embrace him as an Rebecca.
I don't want you to write like that. Just say you bought a dog and you really love him. Just say that. But when you're writing about complex ideas, you can add complex sentences. All right, I've shown you PowerPoint, my email, my summary essay. Open Canvas. Open your lesson, and we're going to open this writing tracker. Oh, raise your hand if you have an iPad or a Chromebook. It's fine if you do. It doesn't matter. Okay, so iPad or Chromebook, you need to go to a website to find the grade level score, if this applies to you later. Search Flesch Kincaid. It's written on the board, but the word on an iPad doesn't have this readability stats feature. So you need to search Flesch Kincaid. All right, once you have Canvas open, go to today's lesson and open up this writing tracker. Open the Canvas lesson, open the Canvas lesson and open the writing tracker. Can you turn your laptop to the center once the writing tracker is open? So I know that we're on the same page, as it were. Did your teacher call you Southpaw?
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. Okay. Loading. Is it loading for you? Ooh, fun. Okay. All right. Now, what do? Reminder, if you had me last semester, you can go into last semester's Canvas page and maybe find these first 2 boxes already finished. If that's the case, kudos to you. I'm so happy for you. Now, this is what you're going to do with your plan for autonomy. If you had somebody else last semester, you can go into Canvas and open up your plan for autonomy essay. with your plan for autonomy. You're going to open it up, and then right here in the first box, you're going to write down the grade. I guess it's the second box. The grade that you earned. Let's say you earned an 82%. All you need to do is write down 82. All you need to do is write down 82, right? Then for the Flesch, you're going to calculate your Flesch-Kincaid grade level. So I'm going to use my summary essay that I think there was a 16.4. So I'm going to type that in. All right, that's easy enough. You can figure that out. Next box, you need to pay attention to my screen to understand what to write in my next box or in the next box. So what you want to do in the next box is you want to find sentences that are close to the 16.4 or close to whatever Flesch-Kincaid score you have. I could do this. I could say, you know what? My whole essay is close to that score. So boom, I'm just going to type the whole essay. Just paste the whole essay in this box. You know, that's well and good, but here's the thing. You're writing essays that are like 3.5. Your next essay is going to be 6 pages. You can't paste 6 pages in there. It's unwieldy. It's confusing. So you're going to do this. You're going to highlight individual paragraphs and look for a paragraph that is close to that 16.4 or close to your score. I'm going to say no, do not check the rest of the document. So this paragraph's at 13.6, not very close. Let's just highlight these sentences. Whoops. "19, that doesn't sound right. Let's highlight this paragraph. 14.8 is close enough at this point. So I'm going to highlight, and then I'm just going to paste that one paragraph, or 4 sentences, or 3 sentences, or even 2 sentences if that's what works. But you want some sentences that represent what 16.4 looks like, so that you can see like progress. Like, oh, this is what I sounded like in the first essay, but here's what I sounded like in the second essay. Well, that's nice. And then here's what I sound like on the third essay. Anyways, so you're going to type all this in. I promise I'm almost done talking. You're going to type it in this box, and then for the critique essay, and then the comparative analysis essay. Notice we don't have a grade yet for the comparative analysis because you're writing that essay now. Then go back to Canvas, and you submit the writing tracker here. So you're going to do 2 things. Submit the writing tracker here, and you're going to type the writing tracker data into this Google Doc. Just type it directly into the lesson plan. Any questions? I know I've done a lot of talking. I apologize. Any questions? All right. I'm going to stop talking and let you all work. If you have individual questions that I can answer, I will. Good luck.